Good evening, everyone. It is Tuesday, September the 11th, and it is currently 7:10, and we are prepared to start the general session for Colmar Manor Town Meeting. Is there a motion to start the meeting? A second? All in favor say aye. Aye. Before we start, Councilmember Blue and Councilmember Mendoza are not feeling well this evening and have requested to be excused. Is there a motion to excuse them from this meeting?
I'll make that motion to excuse Councilmember Blue and Councilmember Mendoza from the meeting.
Second?
Oh, I'll second it.
Okay, I'll call for a vote. Ward 1 absent, Ward 2,
Aye.
Ward 3,
Aye.
Ward 4 absent, and the mayor votes aye. We need a note taker for these actions.
Okay.
Can you do it? Okay, thank you. Oops, we're not in order. All right, let's do a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, as we all know, this is September 11th, and as being so, along with all the other challenges and things that we have in our life, those under the weather and those who are sick and those who are serving for us, let's have a moment of silence and think for those people who we care about. Okay, can we now have a moment of silence and think about the things that are blessings in our lives and the things that we get to breathe every day and all of the great people that we have and wonderful family. And let's have a moment of silence and just breathe in those blessings. All right, thank you. Okay, so our first order of business is from Delegate Diana Fennell, introduction of a new municipal liaison. Thank you. Welcome, Delegate Fennell.
Good evening, Council, citizen. Good evening to each and every one of you. Before I bring up my new municipal liaison, I want to just acknowledge 911. When it happened, I was at the fire service building, leaving to go to Upper Marlboro. We was going to have a new fire chief sworn in at that time, which was Ronald Blackwell. I remember that day vividly. We was on our way to the CAB, County Administrative Building, to see him get sworn in, and I had just left. I don't think I made it down 450 until we received a call on the radio stating that I do believe it was the first tower that got hit. And then we received another call that the second, and then we received that the Pentagon got hit. And then I do know that Bunker Hill was able to go down to Bunker Hill Fire Station, able to go down to the Pentagon to assist in reference to the rescue at that time, which was no rescue effort that happened. But as we know, we want to reflect on the lives and many of the people that was lost on that day, and also a lot of Washingtonians, Prince George's, County, New York, and when that happened, as you know, we just finished the MD tournament. The majority of them that died, some of them that died, was just here in Prince George's County for the MD tournament. And a lot of people don't know that. I was able to be with a lot of those young men when they had the MD tournament. So, it's a very sad occasion that happened. But I just want to do a reflection and then just say, just continue to keep our brothers and sisters and everybody in prayer in reference to we never know what happens during the day or tomorrow. So anyway, just wanted to say, get that out of the way. Thank you for all the service that you all do. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce my new municipal liaison for myself, Delegate Diana Fennell, Mr. Billy Brown. Mr. Brown, can you come on up? Mr. Brown started with the office of last week. He bring a lot of community service with him, so that's one of the reasons why he's going to be able to come and be here with you all for any compliments or complaints in reference to, that you need to share with him. You please feel free to share with Mr. Brown. The office number continues to be 301-858-3478, and please let him know any events that you are having here in Colmar Manor so he can be able to get it back to me, to myself or the office, Ms. Gorham, to make sure that we put it on the calendar so we can be in attendance to be able to represent. And it's good to see our citizens out here this evening. So thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Thank you, and have a beautiful, beautiful evening. You want to say anything, Mr. Brown?
Yes. I know they'll be seeing a lot of me, so every time I come around, don't be afraid to.
Can you pull the mic up a little higher so it's just pull the whole thing up? Yeah, like that.
Yeah. As I said, you know, you'll be seeing a lot of me around, so whenever time is, you don't be afraid to come up and say whatever.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
Would you guys like to say anything?
Thank you, Delegate, for introducing this to your liaison. This is televised, so it's good so the community can know that if they can't get in touch with the delegate, they have another point of contact. But I do know that Delegate Fernandez, she answers that phone no matter what time you call her. But thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you around. Thank you so much, and thank you, Delegate Fennell.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have a card?
No, the card basis is a state card because they're only allowed the state card. So any point of contact will still be on the phone, but we will be providing a phone number.
Okay.
So you can be able to reach other than the state, okay?
Okay. All right. Got it. Thank you so much. All right. So the next item is the mayor's report. Let's see, a couple things. Well, I had a meeting with the PEPCO representative. We usually meet quarterly in order to, so we can stay up to date on what's happening and any issues or problems that we've had in the community. We're talking to him about us replacing our lights to LEDs, and we'll continue to have some conversations on that. We had another visitor who was interested in working with us in bringing potentially solar lights to our lights, so there'll be some further conversations about that as well. So we're just in the beginning stage of that. I have had, we've been working on Port Towns Day, and just to let you know, Port Towns Day, which was scheduled for this Saturday, has now been canceled to the rain date, which is going to be September the 29th. So, it's not going to, huh?
They're working on another date.
Oh, they changed that? The rain date? Oh, okay. That one's new to me. I didn't know they changed that. So with October the 8th? The 6th? Tentatively, September the 6th. October the 6th. October the 6th. And that's odd. I mean, because all of the performers and everybody signed up for a rain date. So, I'm not sure. Is September the 29th completely out? Okay. All right. As you may be aware, we've been working really hard on our parking permit program. Everybody has been informed that we are moving forward with the parking permits. The first 2 blocks have already been given their instructions on getting their permits done. That is 4300 block of Lawrence Street, 4300 block of Monroe Street, and the 43rd block, 4300 block in that area. So that's the square area that we're currently working on. You have time until September the 21st to get your parking permits in. The next set of blocks
will be giving their instructions this week. It's going to be mailed out this week, so look forward to it. I believe those blocks are the 4300 block of Newton Street, Newark Road, and then another area. So we're moving forward with that. We have, I had my first, as president of the Maryland Mayors Association, my first meeting with them, and we're looking forward to doing some exciting things that really include members of our town, teenagers, to help them in being more involved in the political process and understanding what goes on in it. So that's my priority on that organization. We had a 4-town meeting where we went over our legislative priorities, which we will be presenting to our delegation in October. That's October the 18th. Is that right? October the 18th.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yes. October the 18th, I believe at 6 o'clock, but that information will be going out. Right now, we're looking at priorities that have to do with land banking, of course, dredging the river, issues around the CSX train, and a feasibility study relative to the train station, and then a train station in Cottage City, and small cell towers. These small cell towers and the land banking has to do with some new activities that are trying to happen all across the country, and the municipal government wants to be involved in what goes on in those areas. Legislative dinner, October the 16th. Oh, no, 18th. October the 18th. I think it's 6:30.
6:30, usually
6:30. Mm-hmm. And that'll be here in Colmar Manor. And let's see. You all may be aware, we actually had Inspire Green to come back and give us some diagramming on what concept plans for Newark Road for our Green Street. And so we're moving forward with finalizing those plans so that we will be putting in a grant in order for us to try to get the money to actually do the actual grant. So we are, let's see. Oh, we interviewed for our code enforcement. We have made a selection for code enforcement. As far as I understand, the chief has just completed the backup on the backup check on them, and so I am background check on them, and so as long as we get Cottage City, because this will be someone with Cottage City and Colmar Manor, and as long as we can actually get Cottage City has to make their approval at this point in their process. The commissioners have to interview, and as long as they are fine with this going forward, hopefully we'll have a code enforcement officer in a couple of weeks.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Yeah. Well needed. Yeah.
That's right. We really do need that. And I'm really excited about having somebody come back in. And I think that the selection that we made is a very healthy selection, and I think everybody will be pleased. I had a meeting with the town staff in relationship to communication. And so we're working on some specific ways of improving our communication and standardizing things that we do for communication, what kinds of communications that we put out, and how we also communicate and maintain tracking records of things that are done so that everybody knows what is happening. And so we also had a meeting with the staff, including the chief, about homeless population in our community and the things that we can do to assist. We are planning a relief for the homebound fundraiser in November, so that we're hoping that we'll be able to actually do some care packages so that those who are in need actually has some provisions that helps keep them in a healthier way. And so that I think that when we get the staff report from Recreation, she'll give us the exact date on that, because I can't remember what it was. But and so that's basically it. I will ask now for council reports.
Oh, I don't have a ward report at this time.
Council Ward 3.
Good evening, Mayor and citizens. I really don't have a report for my ward. I just have a report saying that we know bad weather is coming this weekend, and just make sure you check on your neighbors, your seniors, and if anybody need any help, feel free to email us or call us. We are available. And also want to say happy birthday to the mayor. I know today I'm very proud of her being here, being that she's going through something very personal with her family. I know her family's very close to her, so thank you for being here tonight. Thank you.
I appreciate that. So my birthday is the 17th of this month, and I say happy birthday to all of those September people out there. And before I go on to report on the work session, I would like to ask everybody if you could pray for me. My father's in the hospital. He just had spine surgery and is trying to recover. He's 85 years old, so it's a challenge for him. And so please keep us in your prayers. Appreciate that. Okay, report on the work session. And thank you for making that comment, Councilmember Jackson. Appreciate it. Okay, so on the work session, which we had September 4th, we had a discussion about our welcome packages. We did welcome packages when I first came on as mayor, and since being reelected, I think it's time again for us to get welcome packages out, not just for those who are new, but providing updates and for those who have been here for a while, and just to get connected again to your council and to myself, the mayor. We talked about our chair purchases. We've said it before, but we made the final decision that we're purchasing brand new chairs. We did put it in the budget this year so that we can get new chairs. With that said, we are prepared to, and we voted on, what's the word used when you're getting rid of? Surplus these chairs. So if someone wants to purchase some chairs, the chairs are available for $5. If anybody's interested, you want some extra chairs around, please come up, let us know, and we can help you out. Or if you know some organization that needs chairs or something like that. Right now, we're going for $5 a chair. We talked about the MML Fall Conference. Myself, Councilmember Jackson, and Councilmember Mendoza will be attending the Fall Conference. We also talked about bringing in an additional porta potty in the park area so that those folks have someplace to go. We talked about Bus Drivers for Port Towns Day and approved that we would have our Bus Drivers for Port Towns Day. We talked about the legislative priority dinner, which I just mentioned. We talked about the parking permit and the process that we were following, which I just mentioned. We also talked about updating our ordinance to include the times when the parking would be restricted. This is something that we are continuously talking about, and so we'll, when we have that finalized, we'll be introducing that introduction. We did some budget adjustments for the year ending 6/30. I will have you all know we ended the budget $24,000 to the positive, which means that we actually spent $24,000 less than we planned on spending to move that money into surplus, and we were able to move other adjustments around to meet any overtures we had in different areas. But at the end of the day, we had a surplus for the year. We talked about the code enforcement hire, which I just spoke of, and we also talked about office hours, for which on Wednesdays we will be opening at 12 o'clock going forward. As you know, we are open generally from 9 to 8. The administrative office closes at 5, but we will be opening the administrative office and everything. The police will still open as their normal schedule. And then we also talked about the spaghetti fundraiser, which is the relief for the homeward bound, which we will have scheduled for November 1st. That's it, November the 1st. From 6 to 10 p.m. We also talked about disposition of the chairs, and then the garden club conversation that the garden club is not doing the mums this year. So that can be further discussed when we get really to the garden club report. So that is a report on the work session. So the next item to report on is the current treasurer's report. Mr. Baton is absent, and so I will provide the treasurer's report for you. So you have to excuse me for 1 second. I have to get my glasses.
I was going to say, did the report get smaller?
Small
Is it-
before.
I was thinking the exact same thing here. It's like, thought it was me. It's like, no, he must have had it on a different font. So. Okay, Wednesday.
I apologize. That's better. Okay, so for the month of August, month ending August 31st, we've had revenues of $48,603, which is not unusual. Most of our revenues come in September and January for property taxes. We have payroll expenses for the general government expenses. We have $41,973. We have payroll taxes and benefits of $22,385. We have senior van expense of $5,536.98. Code enforcement is in the negative, not sure why that is, so we'll have to ask Mr. Baton. Public Works is $38,180. Community Center is $57,700. We have Public Safety is $46,198. Police Chief, $1,353. Community Center Operations, $10,518. And that is a total expenses of $223,584. That equals 9% of the total budget. What we would expect to be at this point, 2 months into the year, about 16%. So right now we're well under in our expenses in terms of the budget. Is there a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
Oh, I make a motion to accept the treasury report.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? So I will just say for the record, we do want to check out how come we have a negative amount in code enforcement.
Okay, I'll put that on.
All right. And I'll call for a vote. Ward 1 is absent. Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4, absent. And the mayor votes aye. All right. Which was the treasurer's report. Okay, so the next item here is the police report. Chief Lowry is out, and as well, we have him in his prayers that all is right with his family as well. He has some things to challenges as well. So let's keep him in his prayers. We have Sergeant Sims here.
For the police report on the significant incidents, on August 6th, a subject was arrested for an assault on a store employee in the Port Town Shopping Center. On August 16th at 5:30 a.m. on 39th Place, we had an armed citizen robbery. The victim stated that he was entering his car. He was approached by a suspect who produced a handgun, told him to get out of the car and give him his money. The victim told the suspect he didn't have any money. The suspect reached into the victim's car and took the victim's wallet, which contained $70. The suspect fled up 39th Place towards Lawrence, where the suspect made contact with victim number 2, who stated that he was walking to his vehicle when the suspect approached him and asked for a cigarette. Victim 2 advised the suspect that he did not smoke and kept walking, and noticed the suspect stayed right behind him. The suspect produced a handgun and demanded the victim's money. Victim 2 told the suspect he didn't have any money, and the suspect demanded his wallet, which contained his driver's license and a debit card. The suspect then fled on foot. We have no further description of the suspect or how he fled. On August 18th, we did a check on welfare of a subject who was laying partially in the roadway on Bladensburg Road. The subject ran through the computers and arrested on an outstanding warrant. On August 7th, we held National Night Out, which was a success. And we handled a total of 84 calls in the town of Colmar Manor, and we handled 4 calls in the town of Cottage City. That's it.
All right. Thank you so much. Anybody wants a copy of the report? The reports are always available here at the town hall. Is there a motion to accept the chief's report?
I'll make that motion stated.
I'll second it.
Second. Any discussion?
Yes. I have a question. I see on August the 18th, the gentleman was laying in the road of Bladensburg, and I understand that in the result he was arrested. Just wanted to know, what was his condition? Was he drunk or under the influence, or just curious?
The person who was arrested on the 18th?
Yes, on the 18th, that was, I don't know, the one that was laying, I guess you got a call because the person was laying on Bladensburg Road.
He was
he hit by a car? I just want to know is he injured or anything?
He's one of our normal persons. I don't know if he was under the influence of alcohol or drugs or both.
Okay.
But he was passed out.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Any other discussion? Calling for a vote. Ward 1 absent. Ward 2.
Aye.
Ward 3.
Aye. Sorry, ma'am.
Ward 4 is absent. Mayor votes aye. Thank you so much, Sergeant.
You're welcome.
Okay, so one of the items that I actually forgot when I was talking about the mayor's report was that I have met a couple of times with Casa de Maryland, and we have tonight here is Morena Celaya. Wonderful person. We are really looking forward to working very closely with Casa de Maryland in improving our communications, as I mentioned before, really in our Latino community, and also finding ways for our Latino community to feel secure and to recognize and understand that our police are here to serve, and our police don't have a role in any immigration status at all whatsoever. And we're looking forward to, potentially some language that we can actually share with the community that solidifies that as an understanding that people have in our community. So we look forward to working more with you. It's a wonderful woman. At this point, she can actually she can actually give a tour of this building with the highest excitement. This is best, better than mine, with the high energy level. So we appreciate that, and we appreciate you coming here today. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the staff reports. We're trying to do staff reports on a quarterly basis, and I'll let y'all choose who goes first.
Hello, Mayor, Council, Sergeant Sims, citizens. My name is Renee Watts. I am the Recreation Coordinator. For those who don't know who I am, welcome. First of all, my prayers to you and the Chief Mayor. You know how I feel about you both, and I will keep you both prayed up. This is my recreation report for June through August 2018. Beginning June 2018, we collected $900 from Breeze's Hand Dance. The open gym, we collected $205. The exercise room, we collected $5. Total money collected in June was $2018. July 2018, this month I focused on me. It was my birthday, I turned 60 years old, and I renewed certifications that was needed. So I took the food handler's exam and the CPR courses, and I aced both exams. Kudos to me. The month of July, we collected $468 from Breeze's Hand Dance. The open gym was $63.50. The total money collected in July 2018 was $948.50. August 2018. This year for National Night Out, all staff employees teamed up with our police department to lend a helping hand, and we enjoyed doing so. Thank you to everyone who joined us that night and to the police department. I'm finalizing Colmar Manor Day activities, which will be Saturday, September the 22nd, from noon to 5 p.m. at our newly renovated playground located at the Newton Street Park. Volunteers are still welcome. The winter and fall recreation department hours are from 2 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. Monday through Fridays. All are welcome to attend our first annual fundraiser social on Thursday, November the 1st from 6 to 10 p.m. here at the Town Hall. The theme is Relief for the Homeward Bound, which will consist of a delightful spaghetti dinner. This is our first stage of planning. So we are asking for cash donations, toiletries, blankets, etc., and of course, volunteers. Please search your hearts and help and socialize with the purpose. Please contact the office for further details. The Recreation Council meeting will be on Monday, October the 1st at 7 p.m. in the conference room. We need residents to come aboard to make this Recreation Council successful. Please join us with your ideas and vitality. For the month of August 2018, we collected $1,520 from Breeze. The open gym, we collected $111. The fitness boot camp, we collected $131.50. The total money collected August 2018, $1,762.50. This concludes my report. Any questions?
Thank you very, very much. Councilor?
Thank you. I noticed that the open gym is from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m.
7:45.
7:45, yeah.
Right.
But if some residents, like seniors, need to come up and they want to walk and do the walking trail, they're welcome to come up
Yes.
during the day.
Yes, the
The
office,
office is open.
actually the building opens at 9, and if you're an early bird and you want to come on out and get your workout done, come in at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, and that's a great clarity or clarification, because we do allow our residents to come during the same as office hours to actually use the track or the exercise room. The controlled gym environment happens at 2 o'clock.
Right.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so
All
much.
right, thank you.
Appreciate it. Keep up the good work. All right. Public Works.
Mayor and Council, my name's Mike Gorham, Public Works Supervisor. This will be for June, July, and August. Filling the water tanks down the garden, repair the fence down the garden, cut grass at the garden. On a routine basis during the week, we cut all the town's property, cut the grass that is, and empty all the trash cans throughout the town on a weekly basis. We put up 10 pet waste stations throughout the town, and we've been collecting it on a weekly basis, but we haven't been generating that much, so we switched it over to a 2-week clean out period. Summer help started 1st of July, so we went around cutting back trees and bushes from the sidewalks. We cut and trimmed back 18 crepe myrtles throughout the town that we had. Went around, touched up yellow paint on the curbs throughout the town, painted the white stop lines throughout the town where the stop signs are. We had a lot of rain the last couple of months, and we were able to catch up on some of the work inside the building here, along with doing some work orders requests. We cleaned out the bioretention area over in the parking lot of the town hall, got it all ready to be planting some new bushes and plants in there so we could pass the inspection on that. We picked up tables and chairs for park and planning, set everything up for National Night Out. Along with Cottage City, they joined us this year, and Summer Help helped out, broke it all down. Next day, took everything back. Took care of about 4 trash complaints throughout the town from baits, caused by baits. Cleaned up a lot of grass and glass on the streets caused by baits on recycling day. And Department of Correction came in and walked the streets throughout the town picking up trash.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Gordon. But I also want to mention that Mike has been really working hard to continue to get parking planning here to cut the grasses on their property. That is quite a time-consuming thing. We do have a tracking spreadsheet of work orders when work orders are requested or things are requested. So that's available to the public if anyone wants to see the more intense type of things that Public Works has to do, because it's a lot more than what Mr. Gordon,
Gorham.
Oh God, my brain is.
Mike.
It's all right.
Mike
There you go.
is, has said, I have a lot on my mind.
It's all right. You're human.
So, and he's also been working with them in relationship to the rain that becomes held at the stairs on the north side of the Newton Street Park, and trying to find a permanent solution for that. They stripped the floors you didn't do this in your...
That was
right?
this month.
Huh?
That was this month, September.
Well, you still,
Okay.
said before this meeting you did it. And
Yes,
did a
we
great
stripped the
job of
floors and
stripping the
waxed them.
floors throughout the whole halls and all of that, and inside of the outreach room and all. So I thank you so much for everything that you do. Anybody have anything?
Just thank you. Mike knows I call him or text him early. We have a lot of residents that put their bulk trash out without calling the bulk pickup, or they may be moving out or whatever. So a lot of times I call Mike and he's already on it, and he has already spoken to the residents. So I thank you for that. Hopefully next week or so I'll be calling the code enforcer. But thank you for helping out and pitching in.
Oh, you're welcome.
with things.
And we'll get those bags tomorrow for you.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so we don't have any unfinished business at this time. New business is introduction of ordinance 032018, related to the times for parking restriction for residents only. There are some other changes that have been going into the ordinance that we discussed at the work session last week. Unfortunately, we didn't get the update until today of those changes, and we have, unless we have an emergency, have agreed that we would not take action on an item that we haven't had for a few days. So with that said, I want to recommend that we table this till next month.
Okay.
And so then we can determine how we are, the general consensus.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Councilmember Bowden,
Huh?
that we table it?
Oh,
I just need an affirmative.
oh,
I'm not, we don't have to do a vote, it's just an affirmative, okay.
oh.
All right, so we're gonna table that.
You said we don't need to take a vote on that?
Huh?
You don't need to take a vote,
I don't think we need to take a vote for a table,
but you want to take one just in case?
take one just in case.
Okay.
Okay, so the motion for us to table this, ordinance 0321.
I'll make that motion as stated.
Oh, I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? All right, call for a vote. Ward 1 absent, Ward 2,
Aye.
Ward 3,
Aye.
Ward 4 absent, and mayor votes aye. Okay, so we voted on that. All right, we're ready for committee reports. Do we have a senior report, Mr. Muchler?
I have no report. The citizens didn't have a meeting last week, which is
Okay, he's saying no report. They didn't have a meeting last month. Is there a garden club report?
Yes, the Garden Club will not be meeting this Saturday, September the 15th. So there will be no meeting, and the mayor did state that we will not be selling our mums like we normally do. The mums is an annual fundraiser, but with the lack of volunteers and the time consuming, we decided not to sell the mums this year. So next year we will be selling them again. We will be meeting, the next meeting we'll have is October the 20th, when we'll be cleaning out our garden plots, and we'll have Reverend Addison and the Port Town Youth Council here helping us, and they'll be here from 9 to noon. You all is welcome to come and help us clean out our plots, or you may be interested in having a plot for the winter. Please let us know, so we'll be at both gardens. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Is the green team report?
Yes, the Green Team, we didn't meet for the month of August. We had a month off. So we will be meeting here September the 18th. The time is 7 p.m. to 8:30. All is welcome. The Green Team is an open meeting. You're welcome to come. We'll be talking about clean up, green up. And also we'll touch base again on the recycling, because I do see a lot of families still putting plastic in the recycling bin. But it's an open meeting. Please come. You really enjoy yourself. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, is there a recreation report?
Even though she already gave it.
Okay, so fair enough. And then Councilmember Mendoza's not here for PGCMA. I don't know if Councilmember Jackson had anything that you knew about.
No.
All right. What about, and we don't have it on here, but for Prince George's municipal elected women?
Oh, yes, Prince George's elected women, which I am the vice president, and I had to say it slow because there's so many PGCMA, PGCMA, so it's so many of them. But we met last Saturday, which was in College Park. And normally we meet quarterly, but we thought it was very important for us to start meeting monthly. So we met last month, and we talked about the zoning that's taking place in the county. There are going to be like 3 dates, which I know is one is September the 13th. So we really focus on the zoning and also our point of what we want to do as far as for the legislation. So our next meeting is October the 6th, which the date is to be announced. I mean, the location.
The location.
Location.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for that. We'll add that on for a report in the future as a regular report. All right. So at this point, do we have any citizen comments? Sure. Just state your name and the street you live on.
Okay, good evening. My name is Ron Molash. I live on 37th Street, right at the bottom of the hill here. I have a question concerning the thing you mailed out regarding the new parking permits and stuff like that. The citizens have to provide or present 2 forms of documentation when they come up for their permits on their scheduled time. I did go through MVA, as you suggested, in the staff, and it's pretty simple, and I got the new registration card, and I've got that stapled to the old one, so I can present them until my registration is due next June. But at my driver's license, they're good for 8 years, so I've still got 6 more years on it. Do I need to go in?
Now, as long as you have the...
But it's got the old Brentwood address on it. Yeah, the little card that you keep in your car.
And a little...
So when I come in and they ask me for my driver's license along with this card, which I'll have,
Yes.
I'll be good to go.
Yes, because the card covers you both for your registration and for your driver's license.
Because I still have another 6 years on it.
Yeah, and
It seems like they extend the time of...
Yeah, they have.
I remember when we used to have paper licenses when I was a kid, and it was like 2 years, and then you had to go back.
I remember.
And the price is pretty cheap, but now I don't know what the purpose of the 8 years is. I mean, it's convenient, but...
Yeah, they're probably trying to reduce the amount of people coming up to MVA as much as they can. But certainly, once you've made that change, we've observed that it changes in the system. So the system's been changed.
Yeah.
And so that's good enough.
I was going to come up and talk, but I see there's no crowd behind me, so I thought I'd...
Thank you for coming out. Thank you so much. Okay, any other comments? Okay, Council? I want to say, so you all may know that the governor has declared a state of emergency for the state of Maryland. We generally, in our rules here in the town, follow Prince George's County and whatever direction Prince George's County is going in. I want to ask everybody to be safe, do things that are safe. Please try not to drive into high water, however much you believe it might be or not be. Also, in terms of electricity and generated, you want to avoid candles as much as possible. Something that a lot of people aren't aware of, which I find to be very helpful and also pretty green, is using an inverter and a battery. Where you connect your inverter to a battery, and that inverter actually has sockets in it, so you can plug your things right in. It's safer than a generator, although generators are safe, but you're not using any kind of fluids at all. So they do sell them at Walmart. Usually the smaller ones at Walmart. The larger ones you can get online, and you just have to make sure that whatever the wattage is for the inverter, that you don't plug in anything with a higher wattage than that. So if your inverter can handle 15 watts, then that means that you can't plug in anything that has more than 15 watts. Or if your inverter can take 60 watts, then you can't plug in anything that's more than 60 watts. But it's been a very, very useful tool for me in outages. So it's just another suggestion of something you can use for your electricity if your electricity goes out. But be safe, at a minimum, use flashlights and things like that, and protect yourself at all costs. If anybody needs any help or assistance, particularly if it's during the day, we have backup generator here, so if someone needs to come up, you can come up here as a safe place. And with that said, I just hope I hope this storm goes away, gets away from us quickly, and that we survive it without incident. And everybody be safe. So with that said, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. This meeting is now adjourned. Thank you all.